Welcome to Dolphins basketball here on YouTube. It's the season opener for the Brunswick Dolphins. But before that, we go down to center court for a special presentation.
Sergeant Alonzo Lunsford. Today marks the 16th anniversary of the deadliest mass shooting on a military base in our history. 13 people were killed and 30 others were injured. It occurred on Fort Hood, Texas, and was one of the darkest days in our military's history. On that day, Sergeant Lunsford was serving at Fort Hood when he encountered Major Nadal Hassan, a soldier refusing to complete his medical processing forms. Sergeant Lunsford made sure Hassan complied, never imagining the horror that would unfold just hours later. When the attack began, it came without warning. Staff Sergeant Lunsford was shot 7 times, yet he refused to give up. He used his training, his courage, and his will to live, doing whatever it took to survive. But the battle didn't end that day. After the attack, the government labeled it a workplace violence, not terrorism. That decision denied the victims and survivors, including Sergeant Lunsford, the recognition and benefits they rightfully deserved. Sergeant Lunsford took his fight to Congress for all his fellow servicemen and women. He stood before leaders of this nation and demanded the truth be recognized. This was not workplace violence. This was a terrorist attack on U.S. service members. Because of his determination and his courage, the Army later confirmed that the attacker had ties to a foreign terrorist organization. That acknowledgement opened the door for survivors to finally receive the Purple Heart and the honors they earned through unimaginable sacrifice. Staff Sergeant Lunsford and others received Purple Hearts on April 10, 2015. Tonight we recognize Staff Sergeant Alonzo Lunsford not only for his heroism on that tragic day, but for his strength, his leadership, and his unwavering pursuit of justice. He is a soldier, a survivor, a mentor, and a true American hero. Coach Lunsford, we thank you for your courage, your service, and your example. The North Brunswick ROTC will now present the colors. Everyone, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the Eagles of Wake Tech. Starting at forward, Amanda Doggett, number 5. Starting at center, number 11, Ashra Carroll. Starting at guard, Ashaya Williams, number 15. Starting at forward, number 24, Destiny Mason. And starting at guard, Tanzania Locklear. Eagles are coached by, as you know, Coach Lunsford. He is assisted by Coach Overton. Now for your BCC Dolphins. Starting at guard, number 4, Chelsea Romero. Starting at forward, number 5, Princess Cannon. Starting at forward, number 12, Jemiah Leach. Starting at forward, number 22, Destiny Mitchell. And starting at guard, number 30, Faith Fallsburg. The Dolphins are coached by Joe Gohan, and he is assisted by Andy Mercer, Danielle Gohan, and Katie
Well, that was
Gohan.
a really nice ceremony there for Alonzo Lunsford. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you for our finale in this doubleheader. It's the season opener for the Wake Tech Eagles and the home opener for the 1-0 Brunswick Dolphins. Dolphins getting a victory on the road last weekend at Denmark Tech, 66-56. They were plus 22 on the glass. Faith Farmer, 18 points, 4 steals in her first game. Jasmine Burns had 15 and 3 steals. Princess Kennedy and Jemiah Leach with 13 rebounds apiece as we are underway. The Dolphins and Wake Tech here tonight in the first Region 10 showdown of the season here on Walter Shaw Court. Wake won both meetings against Brunswick a season ago. It was a 15-point win in Raleigh and a 5-point win at Brunswick. Last Dolphins win against Wake came 57-55. That was back in February of 2023. But this is a very new look for this Dolphins who start this 3-game homestand here tonight. Be with you again on Sunday and then Tuesday of next week. Patrick and Henry and Mount Olive's JV team, respectively. A lot of familiar faces in the starting lineup for the Dolphins as Rivera gets it to the cutter Mitchell, who couldn't score down low. Into the forecourt now. This is Mason, and Chelsea Rivera impedes her progress. 10 newcomers for the Dolphins, 10 freshmen brought in for Alonzo Lunsford and this Wake Tech team. Here's Mason. Mason contested shots and air ball. Dolphins will pick up the team rebound there, letting it go out of bounds. For Brunswick, Princess Kennedy attacks. She got hit in the face, and she'll go to the free throw line. Kennedy, a season ago, 13.5 points, 7.7 rebounds for her. She really picked up the pace in the second half of the season. She got a lot more playing time, did Kennedy, and I talked to Joe Goyen in the offseason about her, and the prime area of concern for her was improving on the defensive end. That was her focus in the offseason. Well, she had 13 rebounds in the victory against Denmark, and she puts Brunswick on the board here in the opening minute. Full court presses on for the Dolphins, and it's a steal by Chelsea Rivera. Rivera, good to see her back. 12.8 points a game a season ago. Destiny Mitchell, corner jumper, no. Destiny back as well. Rivera, just inside the arc. So jumper's not going for either team right now, and I think Wake Tech, gonna get called for the travel there. Carroll taking some steps. So Chelsea Rivera will inbound it. Gets it to the cutter, Farmer. Farmer too strong off the glass, put back by Leach. No, tries it again, no. Leach blocked from behind. Still stays with the Dolphins, though. Rivera, now Kennedy with 12 to shoot. Kennedy lost the dribble, and that's going to be a kickball in Nashia Williams. Nashia Williams was a Dolphin a season ago, so 10 freshmen brought in by Alonzo Lunsford, 3 new sophomores, Williams being one of them, and then 3 returners for Wake Tech. So Dolphins will have 20 on the shot clock. Not shooting great right now, but plenty of time, and they can't figure out who's going to take the ball in. So Rivera says, fine, I'll do it. Out to Farmer. Good game in her first collegiate game. Farmer, defender went for the steal, makes the extra pass, now out to Destiny. Jumper off the back iron, ball batted around again, fight for the rebound. Mason had it, then lost it, and now Wake's got it back. And they throw it full court to Locklear, who can't score. So lid on the rim right now, 2-0 on 2 free throws by Princess Kennedy. Rivera. Kennedy now using the baseline. Mitchell gets tied up, jump ball, and the possession arrow will give it back. Well, they were pointing to Wake, but apparently it's Brunswick's possession. So Dolphins will keep it. Rivera to inbound. It into Farmer. Farmer had it poked away, dives for it. It's going to be a steal by the Eagles, and then Rivera stole it back, but she was just in the front court enough. Joe Gaughan not happy with the call. That's an odd call to make. But it will go back to the Eagles. Nashia Williams into the front court. It's Locklear back to her. Carroll was posting up. Locklear for 3, no good. Rebound bounces all the way out to Mason. Her jumper, no good. Chelsea Rivera, nice board. And she's fouled. 13 foul already on Wake Tech. This Wake Tech team went 10-18 a season ago. It was Alonzo Lunsford's first year at Wake Tech. We'll share a little bit more about Coach Lunsford later on in the broadcast. Kennedy baseline jumper is good. So Princess Kennedy with all 4 of the points in the ball game. Now here's Carroll. No, correction, that's not Carroll. Carroll got the ball. Having a little trouble with the white on. That was a Ward, my apologies. So Viviana Ward is in for the first time. They had Dabeck starting, but I think actually Ward's been in there the whole time. Got another foul called on the Dolphins. That's going to send Locklear to the free throw line. Tanzania Locklear, 10.6 points and 4.3 rebounds last year. First sub for Joe Gaughan, it's Jasmine Burns coming in. Jasmine Burns, and we'll see Nia Mikalukas come in at some point as well. They were teammates at Douglas Byrd. Locklear in and out on the second one. Offensive rebound controlled by Mason, who got the first field goal for Wake Tech. So 3 quick points on that sequence for Wake Tech. Into the forecourt, it's Farmer. This is Kennedy over to Mitchell. Princess Kennedy will attack. Good extra pass, and the bunny by Chelsea Rivera. Chelsea Rivera, 12.8 points, 4.8 rebounds last year. Trap is on again for the Dolphins. Mason breaks it, drives in. That little swipe down by Burns. Another change. Kennedy will go out of the game. Correction. Is it Kennedy or? Yeah, it is Princess. I thought maybe Destiny would come out, but it's Jemiah Hopper coming in. Another freshman. Hopper, clutch player at Shelby across the state, as Mason up to 3 points. Destiny Mason, 6 points a game, one of 3 returners for Wake Tech. She's up to 4 already. So 1 point game, 6-5. Dolphins on top. Hopper. Pass by Burns, deflected out of bounds. Dolphins will have 20 on the shot clock. Oh, we got some Wake Tech fans. We got some Dolphins fans. Jess and Jeanette, that's going to be easy to remember. 2 Dolphins fans on the YouTube chat. Chelsea Rivera, who put the moves on, swings it out. Open look, Farmer, it's a good. Farmer, again, really good start to her collegiate career. With 18 points in her first game. Now here's a steal by the Dolphins. Rivera is going to be fouled. So Dolphins defense has been very active here in the opening quarter of this one. Nearing the midway point of this opening period, Dolphins leading by 3. And they're checking something at the scorer's table that's got us held up just briefly here. So, Farmer into the front court. Here's Chelsea on the wing. Corner pocket, Burns. Extra pass there by Hopper is too high, looking for Destiny. Got to take a little something off the pass for us short folks, y'all. You tall people throwing the ball too high. We can't get up that high. Full court press is on again. Mitchell went for the steal, and then a rejection that time by Burns. Wake Tech gets it back. Boy, this is half basketball, half fight. It's a scrum out there right now as we have our first media timeout. We're going to keep it here. It's a busy day for us here at Brunswick Community College, and we've got a great audience. I see 70 people already watching this game. Good to have you folks, but it should be 71 right now, and unfortunately it's not. Joe Gawion's father passed away during the off season, and I called him not too long after his dad left us, and Joe said that his dad was fairly sick towards the end, but he always enjoyed watching the broadcasts because I would and he especially liked when I would mention his name and ask him how the weather is, because they're up in Syracuse, New York, where it snows constantly, or at least it used to. And I'll tell you folks something. I'm never going to work for ESPN. I'm never going to make millions of dollars at this, but it means a lot to me that this man who was sick, and he was battling towards the end. When I hear that somebody like that, I was able to maybe take his mind off of things for a few hours. It means the world to me. And to Mary, just know that you're with us. And by the way, Mary, if you're ready to get back out there, Danielle and I can help you on Tinder. Oh, God. I took such a sweet moment and just wrecked it there, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, we're thinking about you all in Syracuse, and one less fan watching tonight, and that's a shame. But maybe he's up there, maybe he's out there somewhere in the universe checking out tonight's action. I hope not, because the offense has not been great. But again, our thoughts are with everybody in Syracuse. Mary, and the rest of the family. All right, back to basketball now. 8-5 Dolphins, 4:25 to go. Chelsea Rivera is on the wing as the runner. Now I want to sign up for Tinder because I want to know like who's the oldest person on Twitter. I am not right in the head. Here's Chelsea Rivera in the forecourt. I got to bring this back. I'm gonna be fired after this one for sure. Tip and a steal. Wake Tech now starting to pick it up defensively. That is Dabeck in the game for the first time. Pull up by Kyla Williams, and Kyla Williams able to score. So Nashaya and Kyla both playing. I don't think there's any relation there. Maybe some of you Wake Tech fans can comment on that on the YouTube chat. Turnover there by Farmer. Wake Tech looking to push. Dolphins getting back. Screen is set. Ball swung to the corner. Dabeck, the runner, in and out. Tip for the rebound. It comes to Farmer. So nearing 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Farmer swings it out. It's Hopper for three. Got it to go. The Dolphins did not make a triple against Denmark Tech. They were 0 of 5, so that's the first triple of the season for Brunswick. And again, that pressure is on. Mason into the front court for Wake. Mason, contested shot, banks it in. Mason's got 6 of the 9 for the Eagles. I didn't think it was any relation, but thanks. Chelsea Rivera. Open look, Burns in the corner. Can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Unique Cook, who's in for the first time. There's Nashaya Williams. Nice dime. Bucket no good by Cook. Cook put back, yes. I still think, I think there should be a rule change where the guard or the passer should still get an assist on that. First tie of the game at 11. Chelsea Rivera over to Jemiah Leach, and her bucket is good. Jemiah's road back from her injuries. You see she's still got the brace, injured twice in her time at Brunswick. Leach last played in 23-24. She averaged 8.7 points and 6 rebounds, so it's great to see her back out there. Dolphins back on top with 1:32 to go. Dabeck rainbow three, no. Offensive rebound controlled by Wake. First bucket by Cook, no good. Second, neither, and Rivera's got the rebound. Attacking and scoring is Farmer. So Farmer with her second basket. Mason cut off. Top of the key, Kyle Williams, and her bucket is good. 4 quick ones off the bench for her. 15-13 Brunswick. So the offense has really picked up out of that timeout. Rivera attacking, and Rivera is fouled. Okay, Jess on the YouTube chat, I thought she was in Denmark like the country watching. She's talking about the Denmark game that the Dolphins won. And apparently Joe's dad's gravestone was just placed today. Chelsea Rivera misses the first free throw. Free throw shooting was a big problem, actually the last couple of seasons for Brunswick. They were near the bottom of the NJCAA. Fighting for the rebound, Burns, but it's ripped away. That's Locklear back in the game for Wake Tech. Catch and shoot three, in and out. Rebound controlled by Martina Paz Aquino in the game for the first time. And a blocking foul going to lead to some free throws here for Brunswick. Pazzaquino played hoops and flag football at Cleveland High School, and she was teammates with Kaya Piccola, who we'll see as well at some point today, I'm sure. That flag football is really taken off. My ex, one of her nieces in Kansas City is, I guess they tour all over the country playing flag football, and the NFL is investing heavily into that. So it's good to see more high schools getting in on that for the girls. Free throws still not falling. Rivera stuck on 2 points, able to get 1 out of 2 this time. Dawson has come in for Brunswick as the runner is no good there. Alicia Dawson, over 1,000 points at Whiteville. The basketball gives it up to Kennedy. Her runner too strong off the glass, and that will do it for the first quarter. So Dolphins off to a good start. They lead 16-13 at the end of one. We'll take a timeout, come back and bring you the second quarter action in just a bit. And Dolphins basketball is brought to you by Coastal Transplants. We're about ready to go here in the second quarter. Take you to the home studio. Those of you who don't know, I'm actually broadcasting the game from Cleveland, Ohio. That's my home base, and the next time that we have a timeout, we'll show you what the home studio looks like. Right now we're just about ready to go here in this second quarter. And it'll be Locklear to inbound for Wake Tech. So the Eagles down by 3. They've got Mariah Hines in for the first time. She's got the basketball here on the wing. This is Mason, who had 6 points in the opening quarter. Mason off 1 foot, trying to look like Luka. Burns with the rebound. Here comes Brunswick. Set the 5 for Brunswick. It's Pazzaquino, Burns. McLucas is in the game now. Dawson and Princess Kennedy. 12 to shoot. Here is Burns, corner pocket, no good. Rebound by Mason. Throw ahead, and coming from behind is Kennedy. And it's going to stay with Wake Tech, but that's a great sign. That's exactly what we were talking about from Princess Kennedy in the offseason, her defense wanting to improve. And that's a perfect example of it right there, the hustle to get back. They do leave Mason wide open, though. That's not good. She misses. Hines with the offensive rebound. Now Dabeck for 3, no, and Burns collects. We've seen offensive spurts both ways so far here in this one tonight. Dawson, Pazzaquino, and the extra pass is off the mark. Turnover by McLucas. Mason. Mason gets it back from Locklear. Pull up at the half circle, no. Boy, She did not have positioning for the rebound, but what hustle there by Carroll. I mean, Locklear now for three, got it to go. How often do we see that? Hustle plays turning into buckets. Second tie of the game. We've had no lead changes. 16 all here in the second quarter. Dawson, pocket is picked. It's moved to McLucas. The midi, no, but she's fouled. So McLucas will go to the free throw line. Dolphins are getting their share of opportunities for free here tonight. Nothing like we saw in the first game. First free throw is no good. Mentioned Dawson, a prolific scorer. But a lot of these new freshmen all have their own accolades. Neither free throw good for McLucas. And the pass by Dahlbeck is too high. So Wake Tech gives it right back to Brunswick. It's a rare doubleheader. I believe we only have one more this season on a weekend. But a fun way to open the season as the Dolphins men picked up a 22-point victory. Now Dolphins women trying to go to 2-0. Remember, this is a team that won just 4 games last year. Good ball movement, and the bank shot is good. So Dolphins back on top here. So Kennedy has 4, so does Farmer. 3 for Hopper, 3 for Chelsea Rivera, and then 2 for Leach, 2 for Burns. I think that's everybody for Brunswick. Mason leading Wake with 6. Here's Locklear for 3, an air ball. Pass is tipped. Mason had it tipped, and it's taken away by Brunswick. Another steal for the Dolphins. McLucas goes left wing. Back to McLucas. Her jumper too strong. And then it's out of bounds off Pazaquina. Dolphins will be home for these next 3 games, and then a 7-game road trip to follow that. There's only going to be 1 home game in December for Brunswick. Mason back at the line. We've had a little freezing at the gym with the internet there. We're on the Wi-Fi, and it's not been cooperating like it has in past seasons here in the home opener. First free throw no good for Mason. So 1 out of 2 for Mason, who's got a game-high 7 points. 7 of the 17 for the Eagles. Nice screen set, extra pass. Dolphins caught in the corner, and it's out of bounds, last touch by Wake. So Brunswick will have 17 on the shot clock as Hopper took it to that corner, and that's a tough place for an offensive player to go with the basketball. Easy trap there. Farmer is back in. Rivera, Leach, Hopper, and Kennedy. More freezing. There's not much we can do right now, but just kind of let it work itself out. So it's the good thing is, hey, we missed all the garbage and we got the bucket. There's a floater by Leach. Kyla Williams gets it to Mason in the front court. Back to Kyla. Turnover, steal by Leach. Open look, bucket is short there for Jemiah. Dolphins leading by 3. Wake almost tying it. I believe that would have been a triple. Instead, rebound by Kennedy. Rivera, front court. Rivera trying to put the moves on. Is it for Hopper in the corner, down to Leach. Extra pass to Kennedy. Air ball, and that will be off Brunswick. Back to Wake Tech. Wake Tech, season opener for them. They're at the 401 Classic in Lewisburg Saturday and Sunday, taking on Florida State, Jacksonville, and Howard Community College. Ooh, this is getting worse. Well, it's a steal. We know that. And then hustling back was Mason, but committing the foul. So Farmer will inbound it here. Kayla Williams will go out of the game as Cook comes back in for Wake Tech. Farmer, open look, too strong. Rebound by Dobek, then she had it stripped, then it's poked away, and the Dolphins get it back. Hopper, swung to Rivera from Farmer. Rivera to Kennedy, 3 to shoot. Kennedy puts it up, no. Got to get it up, Hopper can't, and she's stripped. Pull-up jumper by Nishia Williams got it to go. 2019, excuse me. The runner by Leach, an air ball. Running in is Farmer to get the offensive rebound. Zone now on a switch from Wake Tech. Here's a steal by the Eagles. And the layup is good. Hines making the defensive play. That is the first lead change of the night. Chelsea Rivera being hounded. Well, there's a lot of Wake Tech fans at the home gym for Brunswick tonight. This is feeling more like a road game for the Dolphins and sounding like it here. 21-20 Eagles. Well, as I mentioned, those of you who are new to the broadcast, I'm not actually in the gym. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and I thought I'd take you inside the home studio. The lighting looks a little more moody than it actually is, but there's all the notes and stuff, and then there you can see there's the game that I'm watching on my monitor, and then there's Cleveland at nighttime, and the little there's how we're bringing you all the action here, and then there's Meepies. It wouldn't be a Brunswick. Hi. Do you have anything to say to the basketball fans out there? She wants attention. She doesn't want me to be working right now. You're on TV, buddy. That's my good little girl. All right, let's quit making you dizzy. We'll come back to live action. So we go to the home studio every once in a while. A couple things about Alonzo Lunsford. He was honored today. This is the anniversary of the Fort Hood shooting, and Alonzo fought so hard so that, why do we have to fight so hard for everything in this country? Why is everything a fight? First of all, let's start there. Why do we have to fight for it? Why did Alonzo Lunsford have to get shot and then fight to get what was rightfully his? But he did, because that's the kind of person he is, and he won. And right now his team is balling. Another triple, 24-20. Wake Tech is on a nice run here, leading now on a 6-0 run by 4. Princess Kennedy on the wing. Kennedy, ball tipped, almost went in. Coming up with it is Mason, and Mason is fouled. So Mason with the inbound, Nashia Williams. Mason swings it out. Dabeck gets it down low. Bucket no good. Coming away with it is Kennedy. Mason is in double figures now after that triple. Now she has 10. Chelsea Rivera goes to the right side. Kennedy and her shot blocked. Dolphins are cold right now. And the layup is good by Dabeck, and Joe Gaughan needs to call timeout. So the Dolphins are now down by 6 in a game that's not had a lot of offensive flow. I started talking about Alonzo Lunsford. I knew Alonzo from years ago. And again, just more buffering at the gym. It'll sort itself out. But Alonzo and I both worked in semi-pro basketball, which is about as big of a circus as you can imagine. It's just nonsense. It's a lot of nonsense, and that's kind of how I got to know Alonzo. But I can't say I have a relationship with the man because those days are probably not one that either one of us would want to reflect on too much. But I always kind of knew Alonzo's story. And I will say this about what I know about him personally, limited from our time together in semi-pro basketball, and that is his teams were always the most serious. His teams were the most disciplined. They looked like basketball teams, basically. And I was happy to see him get an opportunity. Now, he was at Johnston Community College, and that's a tough place to be for a women's basketball coach. Real tough situation for him there. But it's nice to see Alonzo get an opportunity now with a really good program at Wake Tech that has certainly had its share of success over the seasons. And we seem to be buffering pretty badly here, folks. So I'm gonna pause and just let them know what's going on so that maybe we can do a reset or something at halftime. And I'll be back with you here, folks, in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm back with you as we have an and one opportunity here for Mason, who is up to 12 points now. Chance to make it a baker's dozen here. Both teams with 3 team fouls. Minute 28 to go in the half. Going to try to get them to reset the broadcast at halftime from the gym and see if that will clear up some of these internet issues. Fortunately, we haven't really missed much. Here is Burns, Leach, Hopper, and now Farmer attacks. Farmer swatted and they call a foul on Cook. So that'll mean free throws for the Dolphins here. Farmer again, 18 points, 4 steals in the season opener. Free throws not falling right now for Brunswick, though. So Farmer gets 1 out of 2. She's got 5. Leach leads them with 6. Mason in double figures for Wake with 12. Good ball movement there. Dobek misses the bunny, and then Burns on the rebound gets tied up. Jump ball possession arrow will favor Brunswick. Dolphins not closing the half very strong. They're down by 5 right now. Wake Tech had, I believe it was an 8-0 run to take the lead, and they've got an issue at the scorer's table. Catch and shoot 3. Dawson tried to go glass, and then players tied up fighting for the rebound. Another jump ball, and this time it's back to the Eagles. Scrappy kind of a game. Trap is on. Wake Tech able to break it, and then it's taken away by Burns. So Burns with the steal. Farmer, Burns, back to Farmer in the corner. Oh, nice cut there. Bunny no good. Put back is good, though, from Leach. Jemiah Leach has 8. Wake able to break the press. Catch, shoot 3 again. Not that time from Mason. Dolphins have 5 seconds to work with here. It's Farmer throwing it up at the buzzer. No. And Wake Tech will take a slim lead into the locker room. We've played 20 minutes, 28-25 Eagles in their season opener, trying to spoil the Dolphins' home party. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll take the full 15 halftime break, and then we'll come back and bring you the second half action here in just a bit. Don't go too far. All right, referee's not messing around. We are underway here in this second half. The Brunswick Dolphins and Wake Tech Eagles. First Region 10 game of the season for Brunswick. And it's the season opener for Wake Tech. And Wake Tech enjoying a 3-point lead as they come up with the turnover for the Eagles in the first half. Leading all scorers in the game is Destiny Mason, who had 12 first half points. Kayla Williams with 4, Locklear with 4 as well. There's Carol with her first basket. She has 2. Cook, Dabeck, Nashia Williams, and Hines all with 2 points each. For Brunswick, Leach with 8, Farmer with 5. And then Kennedy with 4, Rivera 3, Hopper also has 3, and Burns with 2. Low scoring game between these two Region 10 foes. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Be with you on Sunday again for our second straight home game in this 3-game homestand for Brunswick. And then we will be with you again next Tuesday. And then I won't be with you again until January after that. It is going to be a long drought, as the Dolphins will go on the road for 7 straight games. They're going to play just 1 game at home in December. And again, I will not be with you for that one. Another steal for the Eagles. Dolphins coming out of the gate sloppy here in the second half. Nashia Williams cut off, able to get it out to Ward. Extra pass to the hot hand, Mason. Not that time. Rivera with the rebound, then had it poked away. Then she poked it away. And then it trickles out to Farmer. Farmer cut off. Out to Kennedy, and Kennedy is fouled. So both teams with a team foul here in the early going, as Wake Tech has upped its biggest lead to 7. We had 2 ties, 1 lead change in the first half. Farmer will inbound. Oh, nobody was on Kennedy. She got fouled, but the back door was wide open, and Wake Tech could not close out in time. That should have been an and one. Farmer with the poke. Shia Williams able to get it into the front court. Mason with 14. Extra pass goes to Locklear for 3. Rebound by Kennedy. Yeah, you got to really wrestle that rebound in this game. Corner jumper no good by Farmer from the baseline. Nashia Williams throws it ahead to Mason, who's out of the pack. Scoop and score. 16 for Mason. Chelsea Rivera looking for the cutter. Ball deflected to Leach. Extra pass. Destiny Mitchell. Open look. Couldn't get it to go. Mitchell scoreless so far here tonight. Shia Williams threw it right to a Dolphin. One of her old teammates. She got confused for a minute. Chelsea Rivera from the half circle. Bucket is good. Dolphins trail by 5. Looking to beat Wake Tech for the first time in a couple of seasons. Off the deflection, Destiny Mitchell has a steal. Farmer throws it out. Rivera is wide open. Couldn't get it to go. Locklear chases it down. Locklear one-on-one with Rivera. Bucket and the foul. What a move by Locklear. Tough foul there on Chelsea. If you're going to foul when somebody's going to the bucket, you got to make sure they don't get that shot up. And it's hard nowadays because everything's considered a flagrant. Couple of changes for Brunswick as Burns has come into the game. Check on the other sub. Burns had 2 points in the first half, collects the rebound. It's Hopper also in. Farmer walks it into the forecourt. Dolphins again trailing by 7. Oh, they had her. Dawson just a hair too late on that pass. Dawson was wide open, and again, these backdoor cuts seem to be working for the Dolphins. They've got to recognize that. Look, they had her again. Dawson was right there, and just missed her. Dolphins got to eye that back door. The cutters are getting there. The passers are not finding them, though. There's Locklear to the bucket. No good. Put back, no. Off the attempt by Carroll. Here comes Brunswick. Dawson to Destiny. Anticipating that pass was Nashia Williams, and she'll lay it up and in. That's her second bucket. So Wake Tech now has pushed its biggest lead out further. It's 9. Dolphins got to be careful here. This one could get away from them. Got to get something on this end. The jumper by Burns is an air ball. And again, nobody's back defensively. Fortunately for the Dolphins, Wake Tech threw it to their coach. Dolphins got to settle in here in the second half offensively. They've missed some opportunities via the back door, and they've not been fluid. Destiny Mitchell off the back iron, and the buckets are just not dropping. Kayla Williams is in. It's it into Nashia. Swings it out, and that is Ward's jumper, no good. Put back by Cook, who's come into the game. No. Dolphins. Burns with another defensive rebound, and the pass attempt is poked out of bounds. We got a timeout. We'll step aside. Midway point of quarter number 3, and Wake Tech leads by 9. All right, back to live action. Dolphins basketball trailing by 9, though. Led for most of the first quarter into the second before Wake Tech went on an 8-0 run, and the Eagles have been up ever since. And another turnover by Farmer here. Wake Tech looking to push. And Cook had trouble with the pass, went to the ground, and she gets tied up. So still plenty of time for Brunswick. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you, by the way. Wherever you're watching from, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for waiting. That men's game took forever. Dolphins were able to win by 22, though. Good start for the guys. Ward open look for 3, and she got it to go. So the lead is out to 12 for Wake Tech. Farmer, hop step to the bucket, gets it to go. Farmer up to 7 points. Dolphins got to get some stops now as Wake's looking to run and gun. Destiny Mitchell pulls the rebound on that miss. Foul called there as Farmer hit the deck. So both teams with 2 team fouls with 4:03 left to go. It's weird when these double headers happen because the way that the men's game is officiated and the way that the women's game is officiated, it's like watching two different sports. And it's like that all the way up to the top level. Like you saw it in the WNBA all summer long. The players are complaining that they're getting mugged out there. But there just seems to be in women's basketball where they allow more contact and they allow more physicality. Farmer gets right to the hoop, so Dolphins back within single digits. And I wish it was that way uniformly. Why not? Leach with the steal. And then Wake steals it right back. Hines open. Tip for the rebound. It's chased down by Wake. Not a flat-footed play right now from Brunswick. They got to get some energy. Nashia Williams swings it out to Hines. Ball fake back to Williams. Over to the right for Ward. Ward rainbows another one. That's another triple. Her second of the game. Just like that, Wake Tech pushes it right back out. And the Dolphins turn it over again. Dawson with her second turnover since coming off the bench. Hopper was going for the steal. They try to get the tie up. And I think we're going to get an Alonzo Lunsford timeout. We'll step aside as well with 2:52 left to go here in the third quarter. All right, Wake Tech with the basketball. Chris Sheeman back with you from the home studio in Ohio. Whew, running around with the cat, out of breath. Not a good idea during the timeout. Got to burn her some energy off or she'll be bothering me. Almost a steal that time from Farmer, as Nashia Williams will inbound with 14 on the shot clock. All Wake Tech right now, though. Leading by 11. Here's Hines out deep. McLucas is back in. Hines gets around her. Pazzaquino also checking in. Well, Ward hit her last two, missed that one. And ball goes back to Brunswick. McLucas, Burns, Pazzaquino out there. There's Joe Gahan just looking for something consistent here. This is Hopper. Nice pass by Pazzaquino finding Burns for two. So lead is single digits again. And now it's a steal by Brunswick. Dolphins, Pazzaquino looking to get out and run. And that's a tough call. Nashia Williams did a nice job taking that charge. Don't want to get away from her, but the only reason that's a charge is the height difference. If those were two similar sized players, I don't think the whistle goes that way. But anytime you come up with your elbows and you hit somebody in the face, it's going to be offensive. There's just there's not much you could do about that if you're Pazzaquino. Runner in the lane is no good. Pazzaquino the rebound, and then she double dribbled with the basketball. That's something that we see a lot with a lot of the freshmen that have been coming in. It's a tough transition. The game, you know, you're not playing, you know, this is not UConn and Louisville, but going from high school to the JUCO level, there's still a pace of play difference that you kind of have to, your brain has to reset. Ward's not been shy, hit her first couple, missed her last two, cooked the rebound. Hines back to her. Good anticipation there by Farmer. Wake Tech picks it up in the backcourt, and the shot clock was at 9, and just a bad foul there. Joe Gaughan got teed up. He didn't like the call. And it looks like they're going to have Ward shoot the technical free throw. You don't want to run the risk of blowing the whistle, though, when you were able to get Wake Tech all the way on the other side of the court. The shot clock was inside 10. They were going to have to go the full length of the court. It's risky. I don't know what the extra conversation is about, though. I can't imagine what Joe said to get teed up. It's my 6th year working with him. He doesn't strike me as a person that's going to say one of those keywords that's going to get you teed up, but I don't understand the constant bureaucracy that goes on in some of these games, though. So they're going to have Nashia Williams, I guess, shoot the technical free throw. It's not, I mean, the Dolphins are not in the bonus. I don't know what that conversation could be about. So Nashia, 1 out of 2. And by the Rasheed Wallace laws of basketball, I guess the ball kind of lied. They called 2 technicals? They must have. Okay, so now Cook is going to shoot. That was the extended conversation. Correction, that's Ward, by the way, not Cook. I don't know where there were 2 tees. We didn't see the full play because the camera didn't move. But there must have been something said between the players as well. That's my only guess at it. Not good either way for the Dolphins, whatever it is, because now it's back to 12. Wake Tech's got the basketball. Ward gets it back from Cook, attacks, has it stripped. So here come the Dolphins. Farmer was off. And then the ball deflected out of bounds, last touch by Wake. Dolphins up to 5 team fouls. Those T's count as team fouls. So Wake's in the bonus over the final minute and 24. Dolphins, nice swat there, Pazzaquino. Ward with 8 points. Most of that damage here in the 3rd quarter. Hines out deep with it. Shot clock is down to 9. Nashia Williams rejected by Burns. And Lucas was not ready for the pass. Oh, early November basketball. That is what it looks like. Constant turnovers here, and then a foul called. Wake's in the bonus. They should be shooting free throws. Unless it was an offensive foul. Now they're going to give free throws to Hines. Hines from Delco up to 3 points now. One out of two. Rebound by McLucas. Dolphins back in the front court. Down now by their biggest margin at 13. See the back door again open. This time they found her. Bucket was no good. First by Pazzaquino and then the putback by Burns, but another whistle called on Wake Tech, I believe. It's going to be the third team foul on the Eagles. Jasmine Burns at the free throw line. Gets 1 out of 2. Burns tonight with 5. Shot clock is off here. So Wake can hold. They go quick and good cut there, and the bucket is good. Check on the jersey number. I want to say it was Locklear. Correction, it was White who's in for the first time. That bucket will not count, but a pretty good third quarter for the Eagles. They've pushed the lead out to 14. It's 50-36 as we go to the final 10 minutes of action. 10 minutes to go. Wake Tech right now spoiling the Dolphins' home opener as the Eagles lead by 14 points. Chris Sheeman back with you. It's Dolphins basketball to start the final 10 minutes. And if Brunswick is going to go to 2-0, they're going to have to do it from come-from-behind fashion. That's one way to start as Farmer gets in double figures now. She's got 11. Got to get stops on this end, though. There's one. Pazzaquino with the rebound. Air ball that time, but Farmer's got the rebound. Burns got hit in the face. Defender going for the steal, instead got contact. Brunswick's got Pazzacchino, Hopper, Burns out there. Bucket and the foul. That's McLucas going to the line for an and one. So just like that, an opportunity here for the Dolphins. Get this down to single digits with still not even a minute run off the clock. So McLucas now with 4 points tonight. Wake Tech able to break the press. Eagles turned it over frequently in the first half. Not as much here in the second. They're certainly winning the turnover battle here in the second. Mason's been the main offense with 16 points. She'll pull up, contested shot. Good defense there by Brunswick. So another stop, and Brunswick starting to put a little run together here. And again, still plenty of time. McLucas, here's Farmer. Destiny Mitchell back in, gets the handoff. Mitchell fading. Ball ripped away, Pazzacchino couldn't get it to go. And then the outlet. Williams is fouled and she'll go to the free throw line. Williams did that kind of like a James Worthy move to cherry pick a little bit and get out and run. And they were able to find her. She'll have to earn it at the charity stripe, though. Nashaya was not a great free throw shooter at Brunswick a season ago. Farmer going to get a breather as Jemiah Leach comes back in. 8 points for Leach. Again, in her first game back after all of those injuries that she's fought her way back from. Resilient. So Nashaya misses them both. Destiny Mitchell with the rebound. And again, Brunswick hanging around here. 8:14 to go in the game. They're down just 9. Destiny cut off at the half circle. Goes to McLucas in the lane. Gets it out to Farmer. Open look. Got another one. Here comes Brunswick. 7-0 run. Williams to Locklear. 6 points for Locklear. Mason again. Pull up. Tried to bank it. No. Pazzacchino with the rebound. McLucas. Farmer. Farmer looking for some help. Nice defense there by Dobek. She played at Averett last year. Dobek. Out of control there. Wake kind of forcing it offensively in a strip, but a foul called. A reach by Locklear. Just another glitch in the matrix. Let's all take a drink while the internet decides if it wants to cooperate with us or not. We've had this issue all night, and the interesting thing is you can see the clock moving there, so we know the clock is the clock is fine. Dolphins have closed it now to within 5, so there was a triple there at some point. I don't know, y'all. People in the gym are not communicating with me in a timely fashion, so we just kind of have to ride this out. There's not much that I could do. Let me try to reach out to them again and just let them know. Yeah, because most of the time it's been coming back on us, and it's not doing that. I'm looking at our clock camera is still okay. They are in a timeout right now. So right now we're not missing anything. We missed a triple. So I'm going to go away and coordinate this with them. We'll be back. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're doing what we can here. So the Dolphins got a 3 to make it 50-45. Now it's 52-45 as Pazzacchino gets her first bucket at home. 52-47. And the quality for this is not going to be great, folks. This is our backup system, but it is the best we got. Oh, that was a very rush shot there. So Dolphins are back within 5 here. They get another stop. Dolphins trying to come from behind here. And with 5:56 left to go, 52-47. With another foul called on Wake Tech. Let's see if there's anything that I can do. Nah, we're not going to make the quality any better, unfortunately, so it is what it is. First free throw no good by Farmer, who's got 13 here today. Make it 14. 52-48 in favor of Wake Tech, and a blocking foul is called there. The home crowd does not like it. Correction, 52-49. Thanks for the scoreboard update, guys. That's the third team foul on Brunswick, and then they throw it right to the Dolphins. So Rivera is back in. Rivera with the steal. Chelsea gets cut off. Leach, top of the key, 3. Pazzacchino. We are all tied up. Pazzacchino with 5 points down the stretch. And the Dolphins have erased a 13-point deficit. Wake Tech right now is forcing everything. So here comes Brunswick looking to take its first lead in quite a bit. It's Dawson nearing the midway point of the final quarter. Pazakino, what an extra pass. Unselfish play. Leach can't hit, and then it's wrestled away by Wake Tech. Wake Tech loses it. That's going to be a backcourt violation. So here come the Dolphins. Again, still tied at 52 here. Dawson loses the dribble. And Dawson trying to take it back. And she was just out of bounds. Shia Williams to inbound. Hines is back in the game for Wake Tech. She'll walk it into the front court. Her pocket is picked by Farmer. Leach will back it out. Farmer. Chelsea Rivera had trouble with the pass, able to get it. Lost it, got it back, goes to the ground and calls timeout. Timeout, we're gonna step aside as well, folks. We'll be back here as quickly as we can. Dolphins have erased a big deficit now. It's tied at 52. Dolphins trying to retake the lead. Leach missed it short. Neither team's really been able to buy a bucket in the last couple of minutes. Mason trying to change that for Wake Tech. Nashia Williams. Swung over to Mason. Mason for three, no good. Back in transition, running and gunning. Dolphins miss. Chelsea Rivera can't clean it up. Lid on the bucket for both teams. Back in transition, that bucket is good for Wake Tech. Now they're back on top. As you see there, 3:32 to go, 54-52. What a wild fourth quarter this has been. Internet, hang on for dear life for us, please. It's blurry, but we want to get through these final 3:15. Rivera with 6 to shoot. Fake by Farmer. Pull up, no. Put back, no. So the Dolphins, maybe we need to go away. Maybe it's us. Mason top of the key. Just inside 3 to go. Mason with 16. Missed that one back iron. Rebound controlled by Leach. 54-52 Eagles. 2:40 to go. Rivera attacking, and she draws contact. That is also team foul number 5 on the Eagles. Chelsea Rivera with 5 points tonight. Dolphins would be ahead by about 10 points if their free throws were going down. This has been a problem that has crossed multiple iterations of this Dolphins team over the last few years. So Rivera gets them within one. 54-53 Wake Tech. 2:34 to go in the game. Wake Tech was up comfortable, had a big third quarter, led by as many as 13 points. Driving in was Locklear, and they deflected it off of her. What a defensive play by Brunswick. See if the Dolphins take the lead here. We might see a timeout from Alonzo Lunsford. What a comeback, what grit. Brunswick, the pull-up, no. Chelsea Rivera, yes, and the foul, and the Dolphins have come back. Rivera is up to 8 points. Make it 9 for Chelsea. 3-point play, 56-54 Brunswick. 2:13 to go.
2:13 left.
Wow.
Brunswick's up by 2.
There comes Locklear. It's it down low. Extra pass. Hines. It's it back to Locklear. Airballed it. Put back down low is good. So we are tied. Believe it or not, that's only the second lead change and third tie. Minute 47 to go. Wake Tech gets the turnover. Just picked up the ball in time. And then Hines able to score. Hines now with 8, and Wake Tech leads 58-56. Minute 28 to go. Chelsea Rivera is running back door, and she got fouled. Chelsea grabbing at her leg. She's okay, though. Free throw shooting has not been the strong suit today. Rivera with 9. Farmer leads them with 14. There's a three-pointer that we were away for that we missed, so I don't know who got that. But I do know that Rivera now has 11 at least. And once again, we are tied. Chelsea Rivera picks it off. Extra pass. Dolphins can retake the lead. Rivera for 3. Too strong. Destiny's got the rebound, though. Mitchell gets it back. Turn around. Yes! Brunswick back on top. 60-58.
1 minute left.
1:01 to go in the game. What an ending this has been. Mason, the leading scorer in the game, stays hot. She's up to 18. We are tied at 60. 50 seconds to go. Woo. We did not see this coming last quarter, but here we are. Chelsea Rivera. Sit out. Baseline shot. Just doesn't rim in. Put back by Rivera. No. So Jemiah misses. Dolphins do not have to foul here, and I believe Wake Tech stepped out of bounds with 30 seconds to go. There is a .7. Wait a minute. Now, they've got 20 on the shot clock here. We've got a timeout called, so we're going to sort all of that out, and then we'll come back here in just a bit. right, Brunswick has the basketball. Now, for some reason, there's only 20 seconds on the shot clock here. There was a definite change of possession, so it should be at 30. The Dolphins should really be able to run this out. I don't know why it's at 20 and nobody seems to have caught it. So either way, Wake Tech is going to have a shot here. We're tied at 60. Chelsea Rivera with 5, with 4. Got to get it off. Farmer does. It's good. 7 seconds to work with. Farmer now with 16. Is that the game winner? Holy cow. This Dolphins team was down double digits. They're giving them extra time, so they're resetting it to 10.5. That's a lot of time to put back on the clock there. But the Dolphins, for now, have the lead. Farmer, who had 18 points in her freshman debut on the road at Denmark Tech. Will that be the game winner? So again, 10 seconds is on the clock for Wake Tech. They trail by 2. And I got to think they're looking out for number 24 here. Destiny Mason, who averaged just 6 a game a season ago, has been so good. They've got Destiny Mitchell guarding her right now. Now Farmer on the switch, and the inbound is tipped. So that'll run a couple of ticks off the clock, but Wake still has plenty of time here, 8.6 to be exact. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Exactly what happened in the previous quarter to Paz Aquino. The elbow came up, and if you're a Wake Tech fan, you can't like that call in this situation, but I will say they've at least been consistent with it. That's the same call that went against Brunswick in the previous quarter. Not great timing, but it's the way they've called it tonight. I don't understand what the discussion is here. This is not free throws, not an offensive foul. So there's, oh, okay, it looks like a 30-second timeout was called.
Timeout, Wake Tech.
And now the one thing going for Wake Tech, if you're Brunswick here, you've got to get the ball inbounds. Wake Tech will need to foul. Eagles have a couple of things going for them. Dolphins have not shot it great from the free throw line. Dolphins have also turned it over quite a bit. So you've got to really not mess around. It's fortunate when you're the team down in a women's game because you can advance the ball. But like you see there, there's only 6.8 to work with. What a comeback this would be for the Dolphins. This is a Brunswick team that won just 4 games all year. They've got a chance to go to 2-0 at the start of a new season. Dawson will inbound it here. And they throw it in the backcourt to Rivera. Rivera will be fouled. Chelsea Rivera with 11 points can ice this with 3.7. She gets them both, game over, unless Brunswick fouls or does anything crazy. If she gets 1 out of 2 or none out of 2, Wake still got a chance. As if you couldn't do that math yourself. Missed the first. If you're Brunswick, you still want to get this one and make them have to make a 3 at least. Okay, so Chelsea now with 12. She gets 1 out of 2. Wake's out of timeouts, evidently. And it's a steal by Brunswick, and they're going to win. Unbelievable comeback from this Dolphins women's basketball team. What grit in this fourth quarter. Going down by as many as 13 in this game, the Dolphins get a game winner from their freshman hero tonight. Faith Farmer hits a shot with 7 seconds left. They correct it to 10 seconds, and the Dolphins come from behind to beat the Wake Tech Eagles. Whew. All right, folks. What can I say? But this, if Dolphins fans, full game highlights are coming up here on YouTube as soon as this game's over. I'm going to put it together for you, so if you missed anything, it'll be ready for you here in just a couple of minutes. Once again, Dolphins win a thrilling comeback today over Wake Tech. We'll talk to you again on Sunday, folks. Until then, my name's Chris Shima. Take care.